Hello, Stephanie Marrone here from 𝒮𝓃𝒾𝑒 Gold. Benjamin Franklin once said, "In this world, nothing is certain except for death and taxes." Well, boy, was he right. Well, I'm certainly not here to talk to you about death. I'm here to talk to you about the 2022 real estate tax deductions that you should consider. There are 6 of them. Let's discuss. Let's start with the most obvious tax deduction when it comes to real estate, and that is the mortgage interest. Now, one interesting fact about that is you can only write off the interest up to a $750,000 mortgage. If you happen to have a mortgage that's larger than that, you cannot write off that additional interest. And your lender is required by law to provide you with the 1098 form that will give you the actual amount of interest that you paid for the year. If you have a HELOC or a home equity line of credit, you can go ahead and write off the interest that you paid on that as well. But the caveat being that you have to use that money for home improvements only. If you happen to have bought a home last year, congratulations. And the tax benefits that you get from that is you can go ahead and if you paid any discount points where you went ahead and bought the interest rate down, you can write off that amount as well as the loan origination fees. Now they changed the rules on some things and they don't allow you to deduct the mortgage insurance, the real estate commissions, any legal fees, the appraisal fees. None of that can be deducted, but certainly you'll get a nice deduction on the other 2 items. Another important one to consider is home office. Now during COVID, there was a lot of confusion about being able to write that off, but if you had an office that you could have gone to during COVID, the government says you can't write off your home office, which I don't personally think is fair, but I don't write the rules. But if you do actually have a work from home status, you can go ahead and write off your home office. Now you can go ahead and keep all your receipts for your utilities and your phone and your homeowner's insurance and the like. Or you can use a simplified method, which I personally prefer, and that is to take $5 per square foot and multiply that by the size of the room with a maximum of up to 300 square feet or $1,500. So it's capped at $1,500, easy. You don't have to worry about all those receipts. Highly recommend going that route. Another tax deduction that a lot of people aren't aware of are medically necessary upgrades such as handrails, lifts, and ramps. Now usually that applies to the elderly, but it is a nice tax deduction and you can also go ahead and write off the operating costs and the maintenance for those. And lastly, swimming pools and hot tubs. Who knew? How great is that to go ahead and build a hot tub or swimming pool and be able to write off the cost of that? And you would need a doctor's note to go ahead and do that, but I thought that was a pretty fun one to share. I thought I'd finish up with a couple of quick tips. Please remember that the deadline to file is Monday, April 18th. If you do want to file for an extension, you can do so, and that buys you an additional 6 months. So you would have to file by October 15th. But do remember, if you do feel you owe taxes, you need to estimate those taxes and send those in by April 18th. It doesn't mean because you file for an extension that you don't have to pay your taxes until then. So make sure, because you will accrue penalties. As far as penalty goes, you'll have to pay approximately 5% of the taxes that you owe every month until you've paid those off. It does cap out at about 25% of the taxes you owe, but that can add up, so be sure to watch out for that. Well, I can't always do the fun, exciting, adventuresome videos that I try to put out. Sometimes I have to get down and dirty with some of the more dry material, so I hope you learned some things about possible tax deduction considerations moving forward. I'm Stephanie Marrone from 𝒮𝓃𝒾𝑒 Gold, and as always, thanks for watching.